Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Man, We're Too Old for This, here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'm your host, the experience that some call Jason, and with me today is...
The token thief, Tarky.
The blurred Dawn of the Veil, the Todd Father.
CDL-113, the droid you're looking for.
And today we're going to continue our series on the golden age of the MCU. This is our part 3 of... Did we figure out last time that it was probably going to be 4-parter?
Yeah, probably.
Hard to say.
Part 3, damn it.
But yes, this is definitely part 3 of some number. So picking up where we left off, I think we ended with Ant-Man last time. So we'll be picking up today with Captain America Civil War and going as far as we can get in, 30-ish minutes. All right, Todd, what was your favorite part in Civil War?
The introduction of Black Panther. That's easy. That's super easy. That was the me and Travis squee moment.
Now, I assume you mean the hard introduction, not the soft introduction.
I mean, when he's standing there at the UN and he's with his back to the camera, when he turns, where you get that little side shot of him, yeah, that's when Travis and I both went, wee, Black.
Okay. Well, that's a hard reveal. You physically saw the character.
Because the funny thing is, either the second or third time we saw it, there was an older white couple in front of us, and when we went squee, Black Panther, it like completely fucked up the movie for him. Because when Black Panther shows up in the costume, and the big reveals, he takes the helmet off. They kind of look back at us like, I'm like, fuck you, hell you. Fuck, are you old enough to hell been grown when the motherfucker actually, appeared in comics? Fuck out of here. And then me and Travis then kind of looked at each other. Holy shit, there was somebody in here that was supposed to be a surprise?
You probably got that from several of your kind of casual fans. Was it you that had the, it was somebody in kind of our crew that in Winter Soldier had the woman they could hear. The woman was surprised when Winter Soldier pulls the mask off and it's Bucky.
Yeah, the difference is Bucky was a newer character, so there, by that point, Black Panther was what, 40, 50 years old? Well, it was 40 some years old, and they literally gone everywhere going. Chadwick Boseman got cast as Black Panther, so you had to be under a rock.
Well, I'm going to actually and mention that Bucky is an older character, but the Winter Soldier was something newer.
Yeah, but the trick is he had been Winter Soldier a decade.
No. All right, Danny, what about you?
For me, one of my favorite parts is when Cap and Bucky and Falcon are kind of on the run, and they're in the car, and he's like, "Are you gonna scoot the seat up?" No.
Yeah.
And it was just that cold, fuck you kind of moment between the two of them. And, it's like,
can you scoot up your seat? No.
That cracked me up. And then the fanboy moment that you get with Ant-Man with them.
Oh, I know you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know you too. You're great. Yeah. Yeah, because he was obviously hero worshiping Cap.
I'm shaking your hair way too long.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he admits to it.
Yeah. Well, it's like he realized he was being a little weird. What about you, Tyler?
So I thought I was going to steal Todd's because I forgot that Black Panther was introduced in this film for a moment because of how much more important the actual Black Panther film is. Also, because this movie was oddly forgettable for me.
Really?
Like, the only things I remember are the fights. I don't remember any plot points, really. Like, I don't really remember the plot points being important. It was just a transport for heroes to have emotions from point A to point B. But mostly I remember just, like, the big fight scene of them in the airport. No, I take that back. Most memorable for me is Hawkeye beating Vision for exactly 15 seconds. That's kind of the laughable part is he knows he can beat a computer for exactly 15 and a half seconds. And then he does it. And he goes, all right, I've done all I can do. I've done all that I possibly thought I could do. Because it just keeps showing you that Hawkeye is the single most impressive unsuperpowered human. It's just he's in a world full of superpowered people, so they're going to outmatch him.
It's because they've never really copped to the fact that there's something wonky with Black Widow. The Red Room taught them to be assassins and ballet, but they don't really kind of do the thing like they've done in both the 616 and the Ultimates, where they suggest she's been juiced. Because in the book, she's been juiced.
Yeah.
Well, she was a kid in World War II. She'd have to have been to still be running around modern day.
But that was a big reveal, though. That was actually the reveal of that issue was, she was a kid in World War II. She had run into Cap pre-ice. Though I think the current writers are saying the reason why she's like that is she's a clone. One gets killed and they just pop out another one.
That's honestly a little less interesting.
Yeah.
So how about
I think
you,
my
Jake?
most memorable moment in Civil War, there's two that come to mind. The big fight at the airport, which Taylor had started to mention. Just because that's what I'd been wanting to see in one of these movies was a super team versus a super team. I would have preferred a team of heroes versus a team of villains.
Yeah.
But apparently Marvel's just flat out not going to give you that.
Ever.
But there's that, and the scene, it's while Cap and Bucky and Iron Man are fighting or getting ready to fight, when Black Panther comes up on Zemo. And, the whole Zemo is sitting there, and apologizes. I'm sorry about your father. He seemed like a good man, with a beautiful son. It's a moment that makes him feel like he's not Zemo, but I liked him kind of as his own character at that point.
Yeah. MCU Zemo has yet to feel like Zemo in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Even when they let him wear the sock mask in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it doesn't make a difference because the character up under the mask is still not Zemo.
I like him. I just like him as his own guy.
He's a fucking Nazi.
Yeah.
Not just some random Eastern European nobility.
With a point. That's another one of those where, he's the villain and the shit that he did is evil as fuck, but he still kind of you could see him being driven mad and kind of having a point.
Mm-hmm. He's
Marvel
sympathetic where Zemo should not be sympathetic because he's an effing Nazi.
Yeah. Zemo, the Skull, Zola, are all fucking Nazis. That kind of, let's make them cute, lovable, and kind of funny, and let's have Zemo dancing at the fucking club. Yeah. No. The dude is a Nazi. He works best that way. The only thing they kept right was the fact that he came up with an intricate plot to take the Avengers out.
Yeah, I thought they did a very good job of presenting him as a mastermind.
Yeah. Because I do like the line where, Ross is basically going, how does it feel to go through all this to fail so spectacularly? And he's like, did it? Because he really didn't. He did more damage to the Avengers than any damn body that came before him.
Yep.
And truthfully, up to this point, the team is still not back together.
Nope.
They put their differences aside when Thanos showed up because that was just survival of the species. But
yeah, you don't have a functioning team of Avengers anymore.
But rolling out of Civil War, where we spend the entire cast just talking about it. Next up was Doctor Strange. Danny, what do you think of Doctor Strange?
I enjoyed the movie as a whole. The inside joke that cracked me up was when Strange finally shows up, has his interview with the Ancient One, and I can see the character, can't think of his name.
Wong?
Not Wong. What's the other one?
Mordo.
Mordo. When Mordo's showing him around and he hands him a piece of paper, and Strange is like, "What's this?" "Oh, it's the Wi-Fi password."
Well, it had Shambhala on it. He's
Yeah.
like, "What's this? Some kind of spell?" He's like, "It's the Wi-Fi password."
Some kind of mantra.
Yeah.
We're not savages.
That cracked me up because it's not something that I was expecting. It's like, oh, okay, different. I liked that, and I liked how they showed Strange's photographic memory that he reads it, it's in there because that's something that you get from the book. So those were the two things that I took away from the movie that kind of tickled me.
that were kind of little details.
Yeah.
What about you, Tyler?
Honestly, I'm not okay. The most memorable is my favorite time shenanigan, which is I'm going to do this over and over again until it falls in my favor. You might as well get bored of killing me,
Ah, yes.
which is one of my favorite tropes. Because like Groundhog's Day is a movie that I just enjoy the idea of it for some reason. So him constantly coming down. I'm here to barter, slap. I'm here to barter, slap. I'm here to barter, slap. And you can hear the frustration building.
I did like Dormammu realizing, what the hell are you doing to me?
Yep.
Yeah.
For me, let's see. I'm trying to think of like a little something that I like the visuals because the original Doctor Strange was all like 60s, 70s psychedelic, and you kind of get that vibe from this, but it's kind of its own thing. With the city shifting and the kind of mirrored stuff, and I like that the magic looked weird. I didn't like that they were basically kung fu fighting.
Yeah, I didn't care for that either.
When you see Strange running around in Infinity War and Endgame, he feels more like Doctor Strange as far as his combat style.
Yeah. I think he's still yet to use a blast.
Yeah, they just don't seem to like those. I don't know.
Only Iron Man gets to have.
I'm trying to remember if Captain Marvel used one in her movie.
Well, she hit you with bolts of awesomeness.
Oh, fair enough. So what was your favorite part of Doctor Strange then, Todd?
The acid trip. When the Ancient One pokes him on the head, basically sends him into all the realities, and his fingers are growing hands out of each finger and all. Yeah, I like the acid trip. I remember sitting there going, "Man, I bet you Danny can't watch this for shit." I may have actually said that to Jason. Hey, Jason, I bet you Danny ain't gonna be able to watch this for shit.
That was after you told me about that. That was one of my concerns. But when we watched it here at the house, I didn't see it at the theater. We watched it here at the house, and we made sure we had every light on in the living room, so that it wasn't, like too much
as blinky.
And there were times when I was like, okay, I'm gonna close my eyes, let me know what happened in the movie. But as a whole, watching it at home, we watched it during the daytime, when there was plenty of light. It didn't trip me out, but I was like, yeah, if I'd went to the theater, I think I'd been in the middle of the movie having a seizure. It was like,
yep, that was my first thought watching. I'm sitting there, man, they ain't gonna be watching this shit at all.
Yeah. Which is move on to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
We didn't hear yours.
Yes, it did. We talked about it on the visual.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let's see. I think I'll kick this one off. And it's a little something, but I was so delighted when I saw it. Is when you actually see the planet with Ego's face on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't do it enough, but at least it was there. Because I was concerned about how they were going to do Ego. What about you, Todd?
My favorite part of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is the beginning. When they're fighting the big monster and you got Baby Groot dancing around to the music.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's my favorite
Mr.
part.
Blue Sky. The only Electric Light Orchestra song they ever want to play on movies.
Yeah. I enjoyed that, I enjoy him basically having a war with the little lizard and like eating the fly and Rocket coming over there. Spit that out! So, I am not the biggest fan of the Guardians movies, to tell the truth. I tend to like Rocket.
It almost sounds like you would watch a show of them parenting a baby Groot.
Truthfully, I would. Like I said, I like Rocket. Rocket is the only character in that series that I really kind of like. That was the reason why when he was basically the only true Guardian to survive the snap, yeah, I didn't mind it because that was the one I liked. But yeah, him parenting Baby Groot's funny. Dan?
All right, Danny, what about you?
Mine would have to be Yondu. When you see him just truly cut loose on the Ravager ship, when he's taking people out through the doors, through walls, 20, feet away, just, walking through the ship whistling, and that arrow's just killing folks left and right. That just cracked me up because it's like, yeah, that's pretty tight.
Everybody except just about everybody except the director's brother.
Yep.
The director's brother.
You know the guy that stays loyal to Yondu?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
the-
Yeah, that's the director's brother. I'm blanking on his name, but what about you? I haven't asked Taylor yet, have I?
No.
Nope.
I was going to let it
else.
go just so I could make fun of you for blanking on my name.
No, it wasn't your name I was blanking on. It was the have I asked you yet or not? All right, Tyler, what was your favorite part?
Honestly, it was going to be the Yondu with the arrow scene because I just like I like creative uses of songs behind actions, and it was just very colorful and nice to look at, and was just a nice thing of just comeuppance all around. But outside of that, I enjoy the fact that James Gunn does something that I'm going to talk about 2 movies from now, where he plays the same song twice, but he makes it mean different things.
He did do a good job with selecting music for certain areas.
Yeah, because he had Never Break the Chain play twice in the movie. Once as they were separating, and then he has it play again when they when they're reuniting to handle their issues. And I like that because I don't want I don't want directors to be afraid to play the same song twice if it fits. And outside of like a big scene, that sticks in memory because it's done very, very rarely in movies. And also James Gunn was so specific about the soundtrack and the songs on it that it's something that sticks with me in this movie.
Yeah, I like the soundtracks in both his Guardians movies. But all right, so moving on from Guardians, we have Spider-Man: Homecoming. Danny, what was the most memorable thing about Spider-Man to you?
When he gets locked in that warehouse and he's talking with the AI, the female AI, and he's sitting there experimenting with all the different crap he can do, and then it's like 15 minutes later, it's like, you went through all that, and he's sitting there talking to it like a therapist, that just tickled me.
Okay, Tyler?
Honestly, I didn't like it, but the most memorable scene for me is definitely the boat.
It's got
Where,
split
like-
in half and he's holding it together.
Yeah, he's trying to hold it together, and he fails. And Iron Man swoops in, saves the day. And it's just like, hey, it's memorable for me, but I hate it because Iron Man is explicitly stating, like, I want you to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. It's like, hey, then you tell him about your secret superpowered sting operation so that he's not there, or at least you know if he is there. Instead, you're going to go, oh yeah, the only superpowered person I know in the area clearly isn't going to come for a boat being attacked for super tech. Clearly that's not going to... It was just bothersome that between 2 super geniuses, they couldn't think... Just the miscommunication there. I'm just like, I hate this, because it was a scene that's supposed to show you, like, to make to make Spider-Man think, oh, I can't do this all on my own. But it's like, no, it's showing that your person you're trusting to teach you is shit at their job. And that you should just abandon Iron Man because he's worthless to you. He's not helpful. But instead, they take it the other direction and go, oh yes, the abusive father figure, or not abusive, but the neglectful father figure, I should totally just dive in further and love him more. It's like, no, you've really missed the point in this section, guys. And I hate it.
All right, who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go. My favorite scene, I can't really do because Spider-Man's not in it. Because it's really just one line. I like Peter and Ned at the party when they run into Michelle, and she comes up to him like, what you doing at this, this lame ass party? And they're like, but you're here. And she looks at him and goes, am I? And walks off. That's my favorite scene of the movie. But I guess my favorite with Spidey actually in it is him dealing with Aaron Davis, Miles' uncle, in the parking garage.
Ah, yes.
With where he's got the intimidation mode, so he sounds all butch, and he's like, "Yeah, I heard your voice last night. I know what a girl sounds like. I'm a girl. I'm a boy. I mean a man." That scene is funny as shit, and it's one of the rare times that Spider-Man is. Well, he's funny, but he's still not funny right because he's not he's the butt of the joke. He's not the one doing the quipping.
Yeah.
But at least that is a scene with Spider-Man in it where I actually laughed.
Is that the one where he webs the guy's hands to the car?
He
that?
pops his hands, he webs his hand to the car, and he's, going to intimidate him and interrogate him, and he's like, yeah, I heard you last night. I know what a girl sounds like. I'm not a girl. I'm a boy. I mean a man.
Yeah.
When he agrees to help, he goes to run off. He's like, hey, I haven't told you where they're going to be yet. If you're going to do this job, you really got to learn to be better at this part of the job. Oh, yeah, really? Hey, get this off me. You're in about a couple hours. What? No, I got ice cream. You're a criminal. That's the least you deserve, Mr. Criminal.
I think what I remember most about the movie, kind of with the exception of that one scene we just talked about, is how unfunny he was to the whole thing, though.
Yeah. He's not even as entertaining as Spidey as he was in Civil War.
And that's what bothered me so much about it, is coming off of Civil War. It's like, okay, I don't like them making him a teenager again, but that just seems to be Marvel's thing. But he did some quipping. He was hyperverbal as all get out in Civil War, and then you hit the actual Spider-Man movies. And it's
the spider sense in Civil War.
I mean, I prefer him in the movies that aren't Spider-Man movies when he's in Civil War, in the Avenger movies. So I guess my disappointment in Homecoming is really what I remember the most about it, which is kind of sad.
Your biggest disappointment in the Spider-Man films is John Watts' version of Spider-Man.
Apparently.
I think Tony hit the nail on the head on that one. He walked out and said, yeah, that said it was Marvel Studios, but it still felt really Sony.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, what's next on the...
Thor Ragnarok.
Yep, Thor Ragnarok.
And it has the opposite problem of Spidey.
In a lot of ways. And I'm sure we'll get into that. But favorite moments. Todd, go.
Favorite moment of Ragnarok is probably when you meet Korg. Either that or Thor getting his haircut. It just ain't a hell of a lot of, it's... almost have to pick something goofball shit, so... Yeah, Korg. Hello, my name is Korg. As you can see, I'm made of rock. Not to worry. This shit happened to be made of scissors. A little joke there.
Yeah.
Korg, and then his initial plan flubbed because he didn't have...
paper.
Yep. I did like how they worked all that little thing in there.
Oh, Meek. He's dead. Accidentally stepped on. Oh, look, he's alive.
All right, Danny, what about you?
The gladiatorial fight, when, Thor gets shoved in there and he's like, what the heck's going on? And they've got kind of a Thor-based motif outfit on him, with the wings on the helmet. And he's like, what the hell? And then the Hulk comes in. Hey, friends from work, and then gets his ass handed to him. That just tickled me because I was like,
little kid gave him that line. I can't remember if it was a Make-A-Wish kid or it was some child that actually gave him that, oh, he's my friend from work line. Yeah, that wasn't the script. That was some child, basically, gave him that one.
Well, that makes it even better because it just that he's got that happy look like, hey, it's such and such. We're friends from work. And then all of a sudden, blam! Holy crap!
I like Loki in the stands in that one.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what that feels like.
Well, that's the fun thing. Another fun thing with that is Loki is terribly afraid of the Hulk, but then Bruce Banner is terribly afraid of Loki.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason, how about you?
Probably just some of the fights. There wasn't a whole lot else that I cared for in there. I mean, there were plenty of funny lines and stuff, but it's a story about the main character's dad dies, his homeland's destroyed. It should be a heavy story, and they just keep pouring goofball stuff in there at inappropriate moments.
Yeah, that was our complaint with it, because every time it looked like they were gonna let you feel a little weight, they yuck it up. He lost his dad, all three of his best friends,
who they don't even comment on that.
Yeah, they don't even comment on them. His home world. And it's all kind of just played for yucks.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't like their version of... I liked how their version of Hela looked.
I like how their version of Serta looked. I never thought I would go to a Marvel movie and actually see Surtur.
Yeah, and I did like Surtur.
The part about Hela that disappointed me was they didn't have half of her face dead looking.
Well, hell, they made a Odin's kid too. There's a whole hell of a lot wrong with Hela.
Yeah.
And when you see, and even in the comics, yeah, she doesn't look half dead when she's got her cloak and stuff.
Yeah.
You take that away from her is when it, starts bothering her.
Yep.
All right, I think we're on Taylor now.
Yep.
And congratulations, we're 2 movies down. And what reminded me with this, the reason this is the most memorable is because James Gunn ran so Taika Waititi could walk. Because he does the exact same thing of playing the same song twice, except it's both for the same style of scene, which is to initiate a hype fight.
Yep. Yeah, he does.
Which song is it that he uses?
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Crap, I can't think of the name now. But
it's not. Is it? It's not the Foreigners song, is it? That's not right.
the one they use in one of the Shrek movies too, where they're
Yeah.
singing about Valhalla and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the song that he uses at the very beginning when he fights, when he's in Muspelheim, and then he does the same thing when he basically becomes the god of lightning.
Yeah, when they're on the Rainbow Bridge about
Yeah.
to start the fight.
Yeah.
Because that hit me and I went, hey, yeah, good. 2 of the same song because it fits the moment. But also it's just not as creative as the time we did it 2 movies ago, which was in the same year.
Yeah. It's kind of neat that all that power that he gained there, went away by the next time you saw him.
Yeah.
Look, I'm the god of lightning. I can do all this without the hammer. And next time you see me, I'm Thanos' bitch.
I need to go build an axe.
To be fair, though,
Build an axe.
he did deserve to be that power, or he, as a character, should have been that powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, when Odin dies and you see his hands crackling, I'm like, are they really gonna let him have the Odin force up in this joint? But that movie.
Yeah.
And he never has it again.
All right, is there anybody else got anything on Thor Ragnarok?
Nah.
I liked him more than all of you did.
Yeah, probably.
All right, then. Let's see, what time are we at?
Next one is
Probably time for part 4.
Yeah.
Yep, I think we want to wrap her here. Because I figure the next movie up is Black Panther, and I figure we're going to be talking about that one for a minute.
Nope. Next one.
No,
is
the next
Infinity War.
No, the next one's Black Panther. Black Panther came out after Ragnarok, before Infinity War.
Yeah,
Your
it
list
did.
is fucked
Yeah,
up.
it did.
The list I'm looking at says Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War.
Yeah, I don't know what Danny's got pulled up.
Yeah. Well, the one that he's looking at, because I was literally just sitting there going, man, that list is wrong.
So anyway, for any of y'all out there, if there's some great scene that we missed or that you think we should have brought up, or if you disagree with us on the movies we didn't like or didn't like as much, feel free to let us know. You can reach us at thenerdturnal@gmail.com. You can leave a comment below. The website, it may still be up by the time this one gets posted, but the site will be coming down soon. We're just going to focus on the YouTube channel and the Facebook page. But anyway, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to support the show, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. You know, the usual stuff. So until next week, I've been your host, the experience of some called Jason, and with me today has been
The Token Millennial, Tarky.
God, Bob.
CDL 113.
and we will see y'all next week.